Hello everyone. How's quarantine life? Hope y'all still alive in there.
I'm down to one pair of clothes. It's not even mine, but
it's hard. It's hard out here. I'm feeling it now that my finals are done, but we'll get over this.
More final tomorrow, so
freedom and then boredom. But hey, we'll get through it.
One more month, so I'm good.
Anyways, so today we wanted to talk about if you can unracist yourself,
yes.
Which is a word. Can you be unracist? Like, could you go from I used to be racist, but now I'm
not
good
racist, or as some people put it, I was ignorant before, but now I know, but not in the sense that you actually apologize or acknowledge that you just stopped doing the things that were racist before.
And it's like you stop doing it publicly sometimes. It's just what it is. But did you stop doing it really in general, in life in general? So that was basically the discussion. Like, can you go from there to there? For me, ignorance, you have to define ignorance. Because I read this thing that says racism is an emotional attachment to ignorance.
Yes.
So ignorance is okay. Sometimes you can do something and not know that what you did was racially insensitive or racist, but it doesn't make you racist.
Yes.
What makes you racist is not acknowledging that what you did was wrong and keep on doing it regardless of what the people who are being offended are telling you. Yeah. Then you're just racist because you know you're hurting people, but you're like, I don't care, I'm going to do it. But that's the thing is I feel like people get so defensive and try to not even acknowledge that it happened because they think that if they acknowledge it, then I am racist. And it's like, no, what you did was racist.
Yes.
If you fix it, you are not racist. Yes. If you don't fix it though, then that's what you're doing.
What my issue is that I personally, I do believe people can change, but again, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I don't want the shame on me.
Yeah.
Because I didn't do shit. I'm the victim here.
Yeah.
So even if you do apologize, if you do, you do all your dues and duties, that's good on you. Don't expect people to be like, yes, kumbaya, we forgive you, we love you, we do all this stuff, yes, yes, yes. Don't expect that. It's nice to hear it, and for some people, they do need that. But for me personally, I'm always gonna be skeptic.
Yeah.
I'm always gonna be skeptic because that's just, no offense, the nature of some of y'all non-black people. Is you do it once, and you're like, yes, I'm very, very sorry, I'm very, very this and this and that.
Usually
and you can be genuine, you can mean it, but sometimes you put yourself in situations, you hang out with certain type of friends
that you know,
and you get peer
pressure
pressure into doing it, and you do it back again.
Yeah.
So how truthful was that?
Yeah.
Or you know someone who does it and you don't say anything. You're complacent in a lot of times.
Yeah.
You know 10 of your friends are doing it, but you just do it yourself. But you're sitting in a room with a bunch of people doing it. So at that, I'm just always going to be skeptic.
The thing is, for me, if it's celebrities, people who, we're not going to name anyone, but you know them, the ones who've been caught, some of them Canadian.
Yep.
And two actually I can think of. There are a lot of black girls like, oh my god, they're so fine, they're so cute. I'm like, racist.
Yep.
But when it's celebrities and stuff, sometimes I can't. That's when I'm skeptical because I'm like, I don't know you.
Yeah.
I don't know you from Adam. I don't know you from Eve. I'm not in your private circles. So honestly, if you got caught and your apology looks funke, well, I'm not going to support you anymore because I don't know that you're a different person.
Yeah. And
sometimes it's usually with people like that, it's never just one incident. It's multiple things that come out
that they find.
That go, oh, adding a couple of years to your age did not make you not racist. And all the people who make you believe that are whites like you.
Yes.
So the only people who can actually tell you that you're not racist anymore and for you to believe it is a majority, not just a couple, because there's some white people out, there's some black people out here, it's like Booba the Clown. It's a majority of black people telling you, oh, now we believe that you're trying to make efforts. If it's Becky, Brad, and Kaylin who are telling you in the comments that you're not racist, I'm going to need you to not listen to that because you still are. Because they don't understand even what racism is.
Yep.
So for me, it's one of those, like, if it's celebrities and I see it once, twice, I'm not listening to your things anymore. Yeah. I'm not even going to mention your name. You don't exist.
Yeah.
However, if it's someone who I know, because I told you, I take blunt racism better than the covered racism. Yeah. I have met people here in Canada, University of Ottawa, who will say racist things.
Yeah.
but straight to my face most of the times because they don't understand.
It's racist.
They genuinely
don't understand
that what they just said is deeply racist.
Yes.
But to a normal person, they would just get mad. Because, like, how can you not know that what you're saying is racist?
Yes.
Sometimes they come from the middle of nowhere, Canada forest.
That's not an excuse.
That's not an excuse. But what I'm saying is they've never been, so some people, they have never been exposed to the idea that certain of the things you're saying is wrong. It's just a reality. They've never been exposed to it. Like, even though it boggles your mind, they don't know. They simply do not know. So, in those cases, I'm like, okay, you don't know. Let's talk about it. Let me explain to you why what you just did, very logically, is wrong. The thing is, from the 2 ones I've met, they are getting better. Because that's what Trevor Noah said. He said, I see racism as an illness.
Yeah.
If we just take all the people with the illness of racism and isolate them, they're going to hang around each other and then they're going to stay sick.
Yeah.
They're going to keep on contaminating each other.
Yeah.
If you try to teach them and reintegrate them into society, that's when they will all slowly lose that illness and you'll have racism will be eradicated.
Yeah.
He's like, so for him, he has friends who are racist. But he's like, what I like about South Africa is that when people are racist, they're racist to your face. Yeah. So then I can challenge their ideas and then beat them. And then usually when they're open to understanding, so when they don't have bad faith, when they know you got them with your arguments and they know that what they're saying doesn't make sense, if they come back on it, then you know this is not a racist person. This is a person who hasn't been educated, who's been in the wrong places at the wrong time for most of their life. Basically. Yes. And they're trying to make a serious effort into understanding.
That's what I feel. I don't feel like you just haven't been exposed. It's like what you've been exposed to
is wrong.
Is wrong and negative. I don't think there's any place within this 21st century where you don't know. You don't fully know. Or you're not ever going to be exposed.
But the thing is, for some people, for example, even with the girl with the foolish reality things, they don't understand the intricacies of what they're saying. So, for example, the one who I was telling you one time, I don't know what I was telling him. He was like, oh, you're going to do some voodoo on me? Yeah. And I was like, I told you this. And you're like, you should have just started speaking one off and be like, to scare his ass. And I'm like, what? But I was like, he didn't know that was racist. Yeah. I was like, that is racist. And he was like, what do you mean? But he didn't say, no, that was not racist. He took that in and heard what I said. Yeah. And I was like, that's racist. He was like, why? And I was like, rather you assumed that because I'm black and I'm African, I'm going to do some black magic on you is a stereotype and it's a negative stereotype. Yeah. That is racist. I'm not saying you're racist. I'm saying what you just said
is racist.
Was racist. Yeah. So make sure you never say that again. Yeah. And he was like, oh, I didn't know. It's a lot of things like that I've changed with him. Yeah. That he's like slowly going, you know what? Thank you for telling me these things. Because the reason why I never knew what I was doing is that people would just get mad and they wouldn't tell me why they're mad. Yeah. They'd just be mad. And I'm like, but I'm not any better. They just expected him to know by himself, with the lack of background he has, why what he was doing is wrong. Yeah. So for me, it's one of those things where if you can... I have a French friend who said nigger from a song. Yeah. And I was like, don't say that ever again. Yeah. And he got very defensive. I was like, I just said what the song was saying. And I was like, you can't say that. He was like, why? Why? He was getting very defensive. And I was like, I'm not going to have this conversation with you right now. Because you're being defensive, but you need to understand you can't say this. When he was calmer, he was like, why can't I say that? And I explained to him. Because from the country he comes in, they don't have that same background history. The word Negro is not seen as an insult in French-speaking African countries. Like, it's not one of those, like, don't say this word. Because there's been so much poetry and writing to elevate the word into something that people were proud of. Using the word as... But, like, not even, like, the slang word, which is nigger. But, like, Negro, the scientific term, just to define someone who's black, has been so common now that there, whether a white person, black person said, we don't see it as an insult. Because we have effectively, as a whole nation, reappropriated the word. Yeah. But it's also countries that are mostly black, so it's not like you have to interact often with white people who are just going to say that word. Here it's very different, but black people are a minority, and there's still a lot of racism. So for him, just from the background he comes from, there's not that same taboo around the word, so he couldn't understand. And I was like, in France, I understand how you don't understand that, but here you're gonna get beat up. And he was like, okay, I understand. I'm sorry, I won't use it again. Yes. So what I'm saying is, for people who I know, I understand that sometimes they do things that they have no idea, as mind-boggling as it sounds, how wrong it sounds.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I know someone like that. But... So
I do believe, like, even Trevor Noah was saying this again. He's like, he has a friend. it's nice. But sometimes he'll say something and he'll be like, there's your racism again. He'll just point it out right then and be like, whoop, you don't want to say that. Be like, why? He'll teach him. Stop saying it. So he's slowly integrating and like helping him unlearn all the funkiness he's learned throughout his life.
I'm not a teacher.
I know. I'm not saying. This is the thing. My discussion. I'm not saying that Black people have an obligation to teach people how to not be racist. Yeah. Because also, I'm gonna tell you, white people out there, there's white people who go and teach themselves.
Yes.
There are people who understands that when you're a citizen of a country, and when there's a certain history between your people and someone else's people, it affects you right now because they think this was in the past. It affects Black people. It doesn't affect me. It does affect you greatly in your everyday life. It's the reason of many conflicts. It's the reason why your children will be affected in certain ways when they're older. There is no such a thing as an isolated problem in this day and age we live in. It does not exist. Everyone's problem is everyone's problem. So there are white people who will go and educate themselves. And they'd be like, you know what?
They'll be happy to educate you too.
Yes. And that's what I'm talking. Last time when you were saying, when there's these white people who were saying all these things about Blackness and they get all these views, I'm like, well, you need to understand that there are white people who will only listen to other white people. When you're Black, they've been so desensitized about feeling empathy for you based on the media, what they've been exposed to, that when you're talking, all they're hearing is
nigga.
That's all they're hearing. It's not clicking.
Which is like, wow.
So what I'm saying is, for some people, you actually need to make that, like for me, if we're friends and I know we're going to be around each other a lot of time and I see that you're open to making yourself better.
If you're open to doing it, I'm fine. I did it with someone where she was asking me like, is this and that, I grew up in this town. I'm like, don't worry, I got you because I know you. Yeah. If I don't know you, don't expect the same level of care.
Yeah.
Please.
But for me, it's more of the thing. So it's like, if it's an artist, if it's someone who I don't know.
Yeah. And or people online. If people online don't know, I'm not.
And I see it a couple of times. Yeah. I'm just not going to deal with you.
Or like that, the issue that I took offense is that the trend that she was talking about, never. Because on TikTok, you can see the original video and when that trend started. And you can see how it started from. So the trend that you follow was the racist one.
Yep.
The trend that you follow was the racist one.
But the thing is, what I saw is that most of the people who followed the racist version were Asian. Which is very interesting.
Yeah. They were Asian and white.
They were all... But it was mostly Asians.
Yep.
The people who followed, like, the racist
trend
routes
were mostly Asians.
And I'm like, why?
Yep.
You understand...
Yep.
What... Because I understand why sometimes it's very hard for white males, white straight males, to understand racism. Discrimination and racism. Because they live in a space where they have never received it. So they cannot comprehend that feeling. But when you're Asian... Like, you know what I mean? Like another minority group. Like, or you're a woman. Or you are, like, LGBTQ.
Yeah.
I know you know what it's like to be discriminated against.
Yes.
So why can't you apply it
or to here? Use your 2 cents.
For me, if you've been from a discriminated group, it's very hard for me to understand that you don't know that what you're doing is wrong. Yeah. I'm like, you know it's wrong. That's what. Because the moment for a second you think of it being applied to yourself.
Yeah. I was side-eyeing because I've seen too many of these racist ass videos on TikTok, and I'm like, for what? For what?
But sometimes people do it. They know it's racist. Yes. They know it's wrong. They wouldn't do it in front of certain people, but they know that it's gonna get traction.
Yeah, it's gonna get clout.
And it's like, I don't care that people are it's gonna be negative clout. Yeah, it's gonna get clout. Yep. So I'm gonna do it even though I know it's wrong. And then I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm sorry, and then move on my life. But now I have all these people who are following me. Yep. So some people do it for a clout. That's why sometimes I'm just like, just ignore it. Yep. For me, I will just flag those and let them go. Because the more you give them traction, but also it's like a fine line between not giving them traction, but also pointing a finger at it to be like,
don't do this and don't think it's okay to
don't try
I don't want to see any more of this
on my timeline. Because again, if you've been from a discriminated group, you know what it feels like to see that.
Like, there was a video on Twitter that I saw, and it was this young Asian girl, and she went on Omegle. It's like this for people who's been here and like 2009, 8 things. You were not supposed to be doing this, but you can talk to strangers. Video chats
to change
with strangers, random people all around the world.
Dang.
Talk about stranger danger. But she went on Omegle, right? And she started chatting. Almost every single person there was saying, "I hope your people die. You guys caused a corona. You guys did this. Ling ling, bing bang, doing the eye stop." And I was like, hey.
But then, ironically, China right now is kicking black people off their homes and making them sleep in the streets because apparently they brought corona. When statistically they're clearly a minority among the people who have it in China right now, and they're like 13% of Western, like people from outside China who came in with the corona. 13% of them are black. The other part are all white, but for some reason they're not kicking white people out. But then you are racist towards someone who's Asian, which black people don't do because again we know what it's like. But we receive that same heat. That's what I tell some of my friends. Black people are the one group of people who are discriminated by every other race, including itself. Like, do you understand? Because we're like, yeah, discriminate. I'm like, no. Ours is it's a new section.
It's a new levels. Book. We're on new levels.
That have never been reached before. It's new lows that we have. Yep. We're discriminated by everyone, including ourselves.
Yep.
Bro. It's not the same thing. Don't even try to compare it. But anyways, but the point is, I do believe you can teach your friends to be less racist.
Yes.
To understand the intricacies and the complications that stem from what they say.
Yes.
And the consequences, like, don't say this because this and that. Yeah. And if there's someone who's generally not racist, they're gonna learn. Yeah. So white people, here's the thing, for white people who listen to this. You are not, if you do a racist action doesn't make you racist. Because I feel that's why you get all defensive and it's like, no, I didn't do it, it's not racist. No. What makes you racist is doing something racist and then standing in that ground and saying, I'm not moving, I don't care what you tell me, that wasn't wrong, I'm going to keep on doing it. That makes you racist. Because then you have no regard for how we feel about what you did.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure, like, we all probably seen the video of the girl and her boyfriend making that how to make a nigger TikTok. You seen her apology. What was she more apologetic about? My future.
Sure.
My future.
And I'm like, oh.
My future.
Oh, but when you were making fun of the poor black kids who are in prison because of mass incarceration who didn't do nothing, did you think of their futures? That's what I thought. My boyfriend made me do it.
My boyfriend influenced me to be racist. I'm like, huh? What time?
Also, people who say they're racist because their family is racist, it's a lot of white people out there whose family is racist as fuck and they don't have an ounce of racism inside of them. So I will exhibit those people. I am proud of you. I see y'all. And they will be the first one to look at you and be like, ma'am, if you wanted to be racist,
you would do it.
If you didn't want to be racist,
you would do it.
Because guess what? My parents were out here in these streets saying the most racist shit. But even my ass was sitting there like yeets. We've met them. We know they exist. They're not Bigfoots.
I have a friend like that, and I'm like, what's your excuse?
Serious. The amount of white friends who I have who'll be like, I know my parents were doing this, but even as a kid, I was sitting there like,
I don't know.
I'ma leave because I don't.
This is not it.
This is not it.
You don't pass the vibe check, mom and dad. You don't pass the vibe checks. Your vibes are on negative. I don't like these vibes.
But if you were sitting there like, yeah, this makes sense. Don't say it's because of them or you wanted to partake, so you partook.
Exactly.
Thank you very much. If you partook and you not understand that what you partook in is not a good thing, go educate yourself. The only way I can believe that you are unracist as a stranger is if it's not just saying I'm sorry. It's taking learning, going online, understanding on a very deep level why what you did was wrong. And then I can be like, you know what? You are on the path to bettering yourself. We all do funke things. With black people, there's so much misinformation out there that I understand that sometimes you'll slip. But what makes you racist is standing in that ground of, I'm going to do this, it's not wrong, and I'm going to keep on doing it. If you learn and you listen to the people around you who tell you this hurts me, don't do it, and this is why, you are not racist. understand the difference.
Thank you to coming.
Welcome to our TED Talk.
Exactly.